Recording.
Good morning, good evening. So, did you do your dance today?
Yes.
Well, tell me all about it.
Today, all 9th and 10th sisters had make a like in like in kingdoms there will be arranged flowers at right side and left side, and they had saris, and they what's it called means they wished all the teachers, and the first night playtime Miss has first time she had a sari. First time. Every time she had her dress, but now she had a sari.
Oh, nice. Well, now you said you were going to dance. So did you do your dance?
Yes, and I forgot Happy Teacher's Day.
Yeah, happy Teacher's Day. So that means you didn't have regular school, right? You just had programs?
Yes, but I wished you Happy Teacher's Day because you're a teacher.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, today is a special day here too. Today is Labor Day, and we celebrate all of those people who work and have a job, and a lot of them don't have to work today. They get the day off. So all of the government offices, like, and there's no postal service, the banks are closed, the schools are closed. Um, and so it's a long weekend, and a lot of people do. It's kind of the last, we consider it the last day of summer. When when Labor Day is done, summer's over. Kind of signals the end of summer for us. But it's the last holiday before we go into the fall season and go into winter. Thought maybe Raj Paul was on a holiday today. I don't know if he's working today or not.
I think his holiday, and he thinks today we don't have class, and he's
Oh, well, that could.
called him at 7 o'clock, but he's still sleeping. He declined the call. Again, he called. I asked him, why are you sleeping today? Is chocolates. I said, again, he declined the call.
Well, that's okay. So, let's see, what else was I going to tell you? I can't remember. Well, it's your day to read, isn't it? Did you pick out a nice story for us?
Yes.
Did you practice it?
Yes.
Oh, good. You are ready to go then. What's the name of your story?
Okay, I will show you.
The Story of Silk. Ooh, that sounds good. Have you ever seen silk made? You probably have some clothing or a scarf or something made out of silk, I bet.
I have a silk blue frock.
A frock. Nice. Do you wear it very often?
Yes, but not regularly. And in our church, any weddings, anniversaries, and my friend had to be at the flower girls, and on flower girl dress they gave us.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of a fragile material and you have to be real careful with it. Yeah, but silk is really nice. Feels nice against your skin, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice material. Well, if you have anything made out of silk, then you have something very special.
Yes, I only have water for cotton. Only I have one. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's hear the story of silk.
Did you know the silk was discovered in China? A long time ago, in a tiny village in China, there lived a poor girl, belonged to a weaver family. One day, the emperor was passing through the village and saw her working in the fields. He noted her pretty face and proud bearing, her rough working worn hands, which means she worked very hard through the year. He immediately fell in love with her. And true, he was much older, decided to marry her. The girl married the ruler of the land and went to live with his place. And
Alice?
beloved queen, but she was unhappy. She had grown up a wide open space of the countryside, and now she was unconfined to the place. A Can you tell me the spelling?
Sure.
M
M
A
A
G
E
N
N
I
I
F
F
I
C.
ICENT.
ENT. Magnificent. Magnificent.
Did you
Magnificent.
after if you divided C before E?
Did you ask me a question?
Yeah, and before E, did you keep C?
Okay, well, magnificent means something very great or grand, something very wonderful.
Magnificent.
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 Yes, magnificent.
Magnificent, true it was. She was used to work from dawn to night without a moment's rest. But now she had many servants to be surrounded by family and friends. I leave one line, sorry. She used to work from dawn to night without a moment's rest, but now she had many servants to take care of her needs and did not know how to fill her time in the village. And she had worked, but in the place it was quiet and no one spoke out of turn. The emperor Granny noted his new wife was sad and tried his best to make her unhappy. To make her happy, he brought her grand clothes, jewels, and artifacts, the airport parties, and the best musicals of the land, and assumed. Can you tell me the spelling?
Mm-hmm.
A
A M
U
U
S E.
amuse. That means to be funny, or if you're amused, then you think something is funny, pleasant, Amused.
Amused.
Mm-hmm.
Amused her, yet she was sad. One afternoon, the empress sat under the mulberry bush in her garden, lost her thoughts about the village. She slowly slipped hot water from the cup, starting up the blue sky. The girl remembered the birds that flew over the village, then sing. And can you tell me the spelling?
Sure.
S-I-G-H.
S-I-G-H.
I-N-G.
I-N-G. Sighing. It's like,
I know that when my mother didn't get me anything from outside, I was like, my mother will not buy me anything. It's boring. How do I this?
yeah.
When she went to buy vegetables, asked her lollipop, chips, drinks, but if she didn't brought it, I think she didn't brought it. I feel like boring mood. And
Yeah.
today my grandfather came and he brought me silk chocolates, dairy milks, munch, and 5-star chocolates, Kit Kats. And in my village, there's a new shopping mall. There he buys all the things and mango jelly and in our Indian sweets, one of it's laddu and one of it is kaza. I like that too. And he brought the sweets and chocolates.
Wow. It sounds like your grandpa's trying to spoil you.
Yeah, but I asked him before he's coming, before day, I gave him a lot of flavors. Power sweets and dairy milks. I asked him dairy milk, but he brought silk dairy milk.
Nice. That's a nice gift. Yeah.
He always likes me, and every evening he went for tea to another shop. While he's coming, he brought me Pringles, and when he's sleeping, when he's doing any work, I will see his phone continuously, or he will not be angry when I see his mobile.
Well, that's nice. You have a nice relationship with your grandfather. Yeah.
The evening when he went, he will do every work without rest. While he came, he washed his legs and take out his clothes and have his lunch. After his lunch, he did not sleep. He go out and clean all our garden.
Wow, that's nice.
He has houses, and also he can cook. He can take the hot water bucket outside, and he can clean up. I will send a pic of my garden. That's the biggest garden, and he will clean till they just do.
Wow. That sounds really nice. Nice to have him come over and help do the chores.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
And
get
he
back.
will massage my legs.
Nice. Okay, let's get back to our story.
Yeah.
So the empress was sighing. Okay.
And the picture of it.
Oh yes.
Can you see the head of it, Fred?
Yes. Oh, that's pretty. She's dressed in the finest fabrics.
Yeah, she had a beautiful flower at this side.
Yes.
Softly to herself, and she begged over her village. Na, 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 na. She picked from she just a second. She picked up her cup to take another sip, but what was this? A cocoon from mulberry bush has dropped into the hot water. The first thought was to throw away the water in the cocoon, but she took a closer look. She saw some thread peeping out of the cocoon. Where had it come from? She pulled the thread. There went a thin, strong, shiny, and keep pulling a long line of thread came out. Now the Empress had a great idea. She would take the thread from many cocoons and weave a soft, strong cloth from it. She called servants and everyone got to work. They took cocoons out of mulberry tree, dropped them into hot water and removed the thread. They gathered a fair amount of yarn. Then the queen ordered a special weaving machine and wove the first piece of cloth using this new thread. This was how silk, the best and brightest from a cloth, was woven and manufactured of silk spread throughout China. It was a cloth that only royalty could wear, as much as demanded on lands far away from man and ruled out, which a silk was traded between China and Europe, as Aslan was called as silk roti. Now that China has learned how to make silk cloth, they did not want to share this knowledge to anyone in the world. For many years, all the mulberries in China's royal families and so on never revealed the secret to anyone. When the princess got married and went to faraway lands, they were not allowed to tell anyone their new home how silk was made. Many years later, a clever prince was leaving her house on getting married, as was the customer had bags was searching carefully to check that she did not carry anything that would help her make silk. The princess had been weaving silk from a young age and wanted to continue to do so whatever she went. She had hidden the cocoons in her long abroad. Can you tell me the spelling?
Mm-hmm.
H-A
H-A
I-R
I-R
D-O.
hairdo. Her hairdo. You know, when you have a fancy hairdo.
Yeah, in hair polish they used to put in our hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you get your hair all fixed up fancy for a wedding or something, then you have to go to have somebody do it for you sometimes. And the result is your hairdo. You got a pretty hairdo.
Hairdo. No one thought from looking there. She went to her husband's house. She took out these cocoons from her hair and started gathering silk threads. In this way, lengthened goes the knowledge of how to make silk left China.
Nice. That was a good story. I've actually seen that done. When I was in South Korea, I saw silkworms that had made the cocoon, and they take the silkworms out of the cocoon, and then they cook those, and they eat those. I didn't eat any because it didn't look very appetizing to me. Didn't look very good, but I saw them unwinding the cocoons into threads, and then they would take those threads and weave a beautiful silk cloth out of those. Yeah, that's an amazing story. And someday I hope you get to see that done because it's very, very interesting.
And in India, the first man in our India did not use any silk cocoons or silkworms. Without any silk items, he made a silk saree.
Really? How can you
Yeah,
make silk without silk?
but I don't know. A lot of women like in our India silk sarees. Without any silkworms, he made it the silk.
Nice. Well, I would imagine those are very expensive. And you said that in your story, they said that it was a fabric for the royalty. The, only the rich people could afford it. You know, this was a very expensive procedure and a very expensive fabric. And so, yeah, the only people that could afford it or could
This
buy.
story said they did not use to tell anybody of the world. In India, there are a lot of less silk clothes in India. All cotton and called it something like factory.
Yeah, yeah. Well, cotton is the main fabric, and now they make plastic fabrics. And they make fabrics out of all kinds of different materials, like bamboo and fibers from plants that they can weave together. So, there's many different kinds of fibers, but yeah, the clothing that India makes is very nice clothing. Very nice. I have a few shirts from India, and when we go to our stores over here, we find clothes that were made in India, and those are always really nice clothes.
And in USA, there is one Indian shop, all the Indian foods, Indian clothes, Indian caps, everything Indian.
Yes, yes. Yeah, you can find those. Now, not around where I live because there aren't many Indians around here, but just in the universities is where you find the Indian community. But in bigger cities, you find the Indian people working and living, and yeah, you're going to find restaurants and shops and stuff and food, grocery stores with all kinds of Indian products in it. I go to the
Rajpal's house, everyone are Indian.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's nice. When I go to a bigger city, I'll go to the Indian grocery store and get spices and some of the vegetables.
Go and get some bio leaves. Any of your Indian friends come, you ask them to make biryani.
Yeah,
The bio
yeah, I had biryani last weekend. One of my
leaves.
one of my Indian friends made biryani and brought it to a birthday party that I was at. And so we all had chicken biryani and it was so delicious.
I like chicken biryani.
Yeah, biryani is really nice. I enjoy it. Well, sometimes I buy curry leaves and sometimes I buy green chilies and then I make butter chicken and I use garam masala in that, and of course chili powder and make it real spicy. Oh, it's so good.
I I don't like spicy. Here there's a restaurant called Ishpala. My father is planning to buy me 2 jeans, 2 tops, 2 birthday dresses.
Well, your birthday is for another month,
Next month.
October 1st, right?
Yeah. And my
Okay.
grandfather is planning to buy me a gold chain, gold earrings, and gold legs.
Wow. I do think he's trying to spoil you.
But he just likes me to be rich.
Yeah.
I asked him for a rocking chair, and he's trying to ask his sick. My mother is eldest, and my mother had a brother. That is Raj Paul. He asked me Raj Paul for 31,000. In the Lifestyle Home Center, one rocking chair is 31,000.
Whew, that's a lot. Well, it sounds like your family.
I for my new house for Raj Paul wedding. We are building a new house, and then we are building a new house, and everything is every color, every room is my wish. I said outside red color paint with white roses, inside white paint with red roses.
All right, that sounds really nice, really wonderful. Cool.
And I asked my grandkids for lab dog. We got Wheeler dog and Boxer dog and Pug dog. 4 dogs.
I think one's enough.
But I like 4, and rabbits, parrots, fishes, cats.
Wow, I think when you grow up, you're probably going to have a zoo in your house. All those animals.
Yes. And then I'm going to have a guest house. At the noontime, we are going to heat it up.
Okay, well, listen. We're about out of time today. And so I really enjoyed that story. You did a wonderful job reading today. Really nice. You're getting so much better. Yeah, those words that you had trouble with, we can maybe work with those next time a little bit. You said you have the words I wrote down were palace. The emperor lived in a palace. And confined means to be kept in a small space, don't be allowed to go out. So the poor girl that he married was confined kind of in the palace, and she dreamed of her village, and she sighed, thinking about the way her life used to be, and she missed the village and the open spaces. So she tried to keep herself amused, right? She tried to keep herself happy and thinking about things that she liked and remembered. Her memories were good.
I know one word, one sentence. Who girls are beauty, they'll get a lot of trouble in their future.
That could be very true. That could be very true. Well, listen, we're going to meet Wednesday, and then I'm going to be gone for several days on holiday. And so we won't meet after Wednesday for about a week and a half.
Can you tell me which day again we have class?
Okay, let me think. Let me look at my calendar here. I will be back on the 18th. So we'll have class this Wednesday, which is the 7th. Then I'm leaving the 8th, and I won't be back until the 18th. So Monday the 19th probably will be our next class after this Wednesday. We will do Wednesday, and then it'll be a long time It'll be about a week and a half before we can have class again on the 19th. But we will have class this Wednesday, and we'll talk about it again then. Okay? All right. Well, happy Teachers Day, and you have a good evening.
And one more thing, my grandmother is also a teacher.
Oh, she is? Nice. What does she teach?
Telugu teacher.
She's a Telugu teacher, huh? Well, you better know your Telugu very good then. All right. Have a good day at school tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
All right. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.